analyzed data. While we are implementing the continuous process verification plan, we should consider the product history and knowledge, and this actually justify the level of sampling, the level of monitoring, the frequency of monitoring. It should be risk-based with a focused attention on the area of greatest risk and linked to the patient risk. It should consider the frequency of production. So the more frequent we have production will impact the sampling and the monitoring behavior. The less production, the less process maturity, and this will impact the monitoring plan. It may be possible to aggregate some data sources, and in this plan, it's not required to include every critical quality attribute, every critical process parameter, every critical material attributes in the continuous verification plan. But it should provide a justification of what to be included, what to be not included based on the risk and based on the obtained knowledge. It addresses the long-term variability that couldn't be captured during development or process qualification batches due to the limited number of batches. And it's a very good tool for monitoring process changes that have happened all over the time. The plan should consider when this report will be periodically reviewed to ensure that assessment and evaluation of a long-term performance of the process is evaluated and corrective action are proposed based on this analysis for continuous improvement. Sometimes we need to revise this continuous process verification plan or control strategy based on incident, based on out of trend results, based on any change. So in response to this incident, we should investigate based on the risk level, whether it's a low level risk, a moderate level risk, or a high level risk. So we start with a control strategy, risk revision. And then we should check, is the parameter included in the control strategy? If no, so we will go for the control strategy revision. So this failure, product quality failure or changes or out of trends is a common source for revising the control strategy plan. It may give an idea about an important critical process parameter that was overlooked. So if it is not included, then the control strategy revision is required. And maybe it is included, but yet the range needs to be adjusted. The monitoring frequency should be adjusted. And then this may require the continuous process verification plan revision as well. And then finally, we added to the continuous process verification plan and implement the plan change, or it may not be based on the encountered risk, maybe no change is required. As we mentioned, in this stage 3, and not only in stage 3, in stage 1, in stage 2, in stage 3, there is a use of the statistical process control, and the selection and the proper implementation of a statistical is very important to get proper interpretation of the collected data and take the appropriate decisions. So there are many useful statistical tools that are commonly used by industry during the process validation stages. For example, the experimental design. design of experiment to check and evaluate different variables and their impact on the critical process parameter and to define the design space is a commonly used statistical tool in the stage 1 phase. The sampling plans, the process capability analysis, the implementation of the CPK and PPK to ensure and build the capability statement, which is the most important conclusion before releasing your batch to commercial distribution. Process improvement plans that could be triggered by control chart, by process trending. So all these are useful tools for continuous process improvement. And to select the most appropriate statistical process analysis, you need to have a proper understanding about the statistics and fundamentals of your data. So you need to know what type of data you are handling and you will implement the statistical analysis on. Is it discrete? Is it continuous data? Some tools and some statistical analysis are appropriate for continuous data, some are appropriate for discrete data. What is the difference between sample and population? Are we sampling what pattern of distribution is there? Is it normal distribution? Is it normal but bimodal distribution like the picture available? So you need to know what are your population characteristic, and so you can select a representative sample from the population to give you the proper inference. You need to understand basic descriptive statistics like mean, standard deviation, range, median, mood, and statistical interval, acceptance sampling, control chart. The proper use of the statistical tool and statistical analysis on the appropriate type of data allows you to get inferences about the untested product. So ultimately, we conclude that all units of the batch are meeting the specification based on the number of collected samples. So these samples and those statistical analysis need to be appropriate and need to be as accurate as we can so that we can give a proper inference about the untested unit. Although the methodology of the process validation are very well established, yet it remains limited and have certain challenge. Mainly the insufficient knowledge. So especially in the development stages, we have insufficient process knowledge. Insufficient process knowledge regarding the PV guidance, regarding the statistics, the lack of process understanding, the need to cross-functional team, subject matter expert, involvement of engineering, involvement of the quality unit. So the more we have knowledge, the more we have a successful process validation approach. And this cross-functional remains very important to gain this knowledge and minimize this challenge. And insufficient data due to a limited number of commercial batches or due to organizational silos. Another challenge that commonly faced by industry that applying the new process validation life cycle approach for legacy product. Legacy product, those are manufactured currently and currently marketed and maybe previously validated using the traditional approach. And they are typically in a stage of ongoing process verification. So they may be trended They may have established alert limits. So how to deal with this legacy product? So before implementation of the process validation lifecycle evaluation, we shall ensure that the quality management system is in place and fully implemented, and the quality work culture is in place, supported by documentation, training, and other quality management system are in place. In some cases, we may realize that comprehensive assessment of the product may be available from the annual product review, from routine trending. There is no incidence of product failure, rejected batches, limited number of complaints. And we may see that the process is actually capable of performing and delivering product that meet the specification criteria. And so we evaluate the current continuous. So we start with stage 3, which is the continuous process monitoring. And we see that the process is performing well. So we should then go for gap assessment over stage 1 and stage 2 to ensure that all product risks have been assessed and identified regarding product attributes, patient risk, and the gaps are not significant and not bearing risk to the patient, and it is aligned with the pharmaceutical quality management system expectations. We evaluate the history of the product, available data, quality history, manufacturing experience. And then by documenting and formalizing this gap assessment, we can conclude that the product and process performance is appropriate and is capable. So it's a different arrangement of the stages, starting from stage 3 and then doing a gap assessment for stage 1 and stage 2. And in some cases, manufacturer, when they perform the stage 3, they found that the process capability is not well established and that the process is not capable, or the capability index is of a low value, and hence then they need to go to the stage 1, the design, to adjust, to modify, maybe redefine the design space to give a more robust process that is capable to reproducibly produce the acceptable batch. You should prioritize your product requiring those remediation. And so the highest risk and the most critical product is assessed at first, and output of all activities should be formally documented. Another important aspect for the process validation is the process validation in the technology and tech transfer activity. And this was well covered in the last session by Dr. Victor Makeda. And it's here just a reminder that in the technology transfer, we should do a gap assessment to